Hi everyone, thank you for choosing Yoga on Main in Lincolnton. My name is Shanda and I'll be your instructor for this 30-minute gentle yoga class. So please pause this video and grab one blanket and a pillow. I know my pillow looks like a blanket because it is. So we'll see you on the mat. So take this time to bring our attention into the breath. So roll the shoulders up, back and down. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, pull the belly in. Inhale. And exhale. So seated in this easy seated pose, our Sukhasana. On that next inhale, we'll allow the hands to come up towards the ceiling. Exhale, slowly floating the hands back down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, slowly floating the arms down towards the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And here we'll take this opportunity to switch our feet. So mine is the red foot is on the inside, so I'll take that towards the outside. And as I inhale, I'll allow the arms to come up again, really reaching up, extending the hands up towards the ceiling. Fingers are pointed, pulling the shoulders up. And as we exhale, slowly bringing it all the way back down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale. Inhale. And as you're breathing, you slowly put the attention over towards the legs, continuing to have the hips sink down. Inhale, arms up, and pushing away with the lower body so that the knees come a little bit closer towards the mat. Exhale, float the hands back down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, chin comes down towards the chest as the hands move down. And from here, we'll go ahead and we'll switch positions. So we'll come into Dandasana, staff pose. We'll take the right leg out, the left leg comes out as well beside it with the toes pointing up towards the ceiling. The knees can be softly bent. And as we inhale, the arms come up towards the ceiling. Fingertips are pointed up. And remember, you can leave the knees bent or you can flatten them a little bit. But what we're going for is the back to remain flat or as straight as possible so that the neck is in line. So as your next exhale happens, you fold yourself forward and continue with that nice long line between the spine and the neck. And you can drop the hands down by your legs, finding that straight back, pulling the belly button in towards the spine as you exhale. Inhale, belly expands. So wherever you are, either the chest is fully onto the legs or you have the legs a little more bent so that the thighs meet the belly. Just keeping that nice deep breath. When you're ready with that next inhale, we'll slide the hands towards the front and lifting up, pulling the belly button in towards the spine. And as we exhale, float the hands back down onto the mat. And here we'll take the hands behind the back. The fingertips can be towards the tailbone here, lifting the chest up towards the front of your room, lifting the head up as we look up at the ceiling. Creating a nice long stretch along the front of the arms. Check in with the wrist and see whether this feels good. And if you'd like an alternate position for the arms, you can take, or for the hands, we'll take the fingertips towards the back of the mat. And the arms would feel a different sensation here on the stretch. It would go from the inner elbow, the crook of the arm, outward. Finding a nice deep breath here. One more deep belly breath. Allow that belly to expand. And as you exhale, pull the belly in. Drop the chin down towards the chest. Release the hands. Maybe shake that out if that feels good to you. And here we'll come into what's called cobbler's pose. So bring the soles of the feet together. And the knees are bent out to the other side. So if you'd like to bring the hands to the toes and interlock the fingers, and go ahead and do it like that. So this is just the side view. I'll go ahead and turn so that you can see from the front what this looks like. So here is our cobbler's pose. So you can stay here if this feels good to you, but if you like a little more sensation in this pose, on your next exhale, we'll fold over and bring the elbows maybe a little bit closer to the mat. So just as in Dandasana and staff pose, we'll keep the spine in line with the neck. So we want the back to stay straight. We don't want a curvature to happen. So you're not pulling the head down to meet the toes. You just want a line to continue from the spine to the neck. And here we'll find those deep belly breaths. Allowing the mind to come into the breath into the internal. Never mind the external. Relax the toes. Relax the jaw. One more deep breath here. That next inhale will slowly lift back up into neutral. And we'll take the hands to the outside of the knees and slowly bring them in. And we'll allow ourselves to straighten the legs back out towards the front. And then we'll lie down onto your back and pull the knees into the chest. So here, our full wind letting pose. Can roll from side to side here. Pressing the whole of the back onto the floor, into your mat. Give yourself a whole back massage. From side to side. Now from here, we'll go ahead and drop that left leg down onto the mat. Keeping the right leg squeeze in towards the chest. And maybe, if it feels good to you, bring it a little more to the outside of the chest or your side body. So you can place the right hand onto the shin or underneath by the back of the thigh. You can keep this pulled in here if that feels good to you. But if you'd like a little more sensation, you can allow the right foot so that the sole of the foot is as if it's reaching to touch the ceiling. And here, if the hand, if that feels good, will reach up towards the sole of the foot to the outside, but keeping that shoulder down. So we'll take the right leg a little bit more out. And if you want some more sensation, you can straighten that leg, and if it comes down towards the floor. And this is where that blanket can come into play here. So the larger blanket, or your blanket, and take it and fold it or roll it up. So I have mine folded like this, and then I just put it together here. And then I have it folded into thirds from there. I'll take it out and put it underneath the knee of the right leg. So then it gives it a little bit more support. So here we'll just allow the hands to come down towards the side body. Continuing those nice deep breaths. And then when we're ready with that next inhale, we'll slowly bring that right leg back up, pulling it into the chest and allow the left leg to follow. So from here, we're rolling from side to side just as before. We'll place that blanket onto the other side once you're ready. So just notice if your hip feels a little bit different on this side. As we prepare, we'll drop that right leg down onto the mat, squeezing in the left leg. And just as before, you have that choice for a different sensation. So if you pull in by the shin or underneath the crook of the knee, pulling that leg out a little bit more towards the side body. And then when you're ready, we'll place that left knee down. And if you need that blanket, go ahead and place it onto the blanket. Bringing the hands out by the side body. And there's also another alternative for the hands if you'd like. It can cactus the arms. Resting those shoulders down, letting them relax. Relax the pointing of the right foot. One more deep breath here. And as before, we'll take the left hand and allow it to guide the left leg up, pulling in towards the chest, allowing the right leg to follow, giving yourself a nice big squeeze, rolling from side to side here. And then at this point, we can place the blanket under the tailbone, but if you prefer to continue with a little more sensation, you can leave the blanket out. But if you were to place the blanket under, you'd lift the hips up. So we're coming into a bridge pose. So you'd lift up those hips and drop the hands down by the side body. And this is where you can stay as we move through a series of bridge movements. So here to prepare for our bridge, we'll drop the hands down by the side body. Palms are facing down, feet are planted about hip width apart. The soles of the feet are glued onto the mat from heel to toe. And as your next inhale, we'll lift the tailbone off of the floor with the hips hinging up. And as you exhale, we'll slowly bring the tailbone back to the mat. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. One more time as we inhale. And exhale. And here we'll take those knees back into the chest, flattening out the lower back, giving yourself a nice big squeeze and wind letting pose. Rolling from side to side. Allow ourselves to turn over and we'll come into child's pose, Balasana. So as we slowly make our way up, and as we exhale, bring the tailbone down towards the heels, stretching the hands out towards the front of us. Reaching out. And in this pose, you can also take that blanket and bring it underneath the tailbone and underneath the heels. So if you sit up high, this will make this pose a little more comfortable. We'll bring the feet, the hands back out just like that. One more breath. On that next inhale, we'll come into all fours. And here we'll just drop the belly down. Inhaling, lift the chest up. Exhale, pulling all the way up into that cat. Inhale, dropping the belly down. Head comes up into our cow. Exhale, dropping, pulling up. Inhale, back into cow. One more time. Exhale, lifting up through cat. Inhale. And exhale. Releasing back into neutral. Maybe here you find a bit of a wiggle from side to side, moving the hips from the left side over towards the right. And then we'll move forward and back into that Balasana. Exhale. Releasing down. You bring the hands down by the side body, with the forehead moving towards the mat. And this is where that pillow comes into play here. So as you move down to this, to bring the mat up to you and bring that pillow down by the head, by the forehead, and bringing those hands out down by the side body with the palms facing up. Dropping the shoulders down. Finding those nice, even breaths. That next inhale, allow ourselves to slowly come back up, pushing into all fours, removing the blanket and the pillow. And we'll just move through a series of circles. So starting counterclockwise. So we inhale, we'll come to the front. Exhale, pushing the tailbone back towards the heels. Inhale and exhale. One more time on this side. Inhale and exhale. As we come that halfway point, we'll go back in the other direction clockwise. Inhaling when we get towards the front, and exhale as we push the tailbone towards the heels. Moving as slow as you need to move. One more time here. And then from this pose, we'll come into the last pose of our practice today, which is Shavasana. So here we'll bring that blanket and pillow back. So a pillow can be for under the head if need be. And the blanket, you'll just lie that across yourself if you'd like to have that. So no worries, you don't have to. So you're going to bring the hands down by the side body if that works for you. And also if the small of your back has lots of space there, you can choose to bring that blanket underneath your back if that works better for you to give you a little bit more comfort as you lie in your Shavasana. And it would look a little something like you just bring that blanket underneath. And you just adjust it to how your back feels. If you need a little more or a little less, that would all depend on the small of your back. For me, I just need a little bit less. And then just bring the hands what feels comfortable, either down by the side body or cactus. Just taking this moment to tune into the breath. Allow each exhale to guide you a little bit closer to some quiet. With each exhale happens, the external falls away. The next inhale, slowly bring tiny movements back into your body. Next exhale, roll over to your favorite side. One more breath cycle. And on that next inhale, we'll come back to our seated Sukhasana. Easy seat. And if you'd like, bring your hands together with me at the close of our practice. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste. Thanks again for joining me on the mat. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you again soon. Hugs!